Today's topic in research methodology will be the research layout. In this topic, we will be studying the different phases of the research, which will be starting from the preliminary pages. And in a nutshell, we are having the main text, which will be related to the statement of the problem, introduction, literature review, research methodology, data analysis, and in the next stage, we will be having the findings. In the findings, we will be going for the interpretation of the data. Then thereafter we will be concluding the research data, and implications of the research will be in the form of the scope of the research. Thereafter we will be writing the executive summary, and in the executive summary we will be having the one-page note that will be sufficient. Too much lengthy executive summary is not liked by the people. And thereafter in the last we will be having the end notes. Now we will be describing one by one steps. In the level 1, the preliminary pages, in this level, we will be making the acknowledgement of the research, whereby we are acknowledging the peoples who have been associated with our research work. Then we will be writing the index for the research, which will be in the form of the number of pages, and that has to be corresponding with the research work. Thereafter, the preface has to be written for the research work and forward. So this will be having the preliminary pages, and we have to note that there should not be numbering of the pages, because in the research work people think that there should be the number of pages. So numbering will not be starting from here. The numbering will be starting up when we are starting up with the main text. The main text will be related with the first chapter, which will be in the form of the statement of the problem, which will be in the form of the overview of the work, overview of the topic. Then thereafter we will be writing the statement of the problem. In the statement of the problem, we will be writing the definition of the problem, how the problem has been defined. We are setting our premises over here, and thereafter after setting our premises, assuming our limitations, we will be writing the introduction of the topic, which will be related to the topic as well as the problem associated with the problem, with the issue. Then thereafter the literature review has to be done. In the literature review, it is very important that the literature review has to be done from the research papers, secondary data, and the different journals which are available on the internet. So while writing the literature review, we have to find out those papers which are related to our topic directly. Otherwise, we are unable to associate the literature review with the topic which we have selected. Another issue rising in literature review is that people don't have the chronology. They don't follow the chronology. So chronology has to be adopted. Otherwise, you will not find out which work has been done by whom and when. So that has to be done in a proper chronological order, in a proper sequence. Otherwise, we will not be able to find out our constant, as well as the constraints will not be found out in a proper way. Then after doing the literature review, we have to see the different parameters on which the research has been done by that researcher. After doing this literature review, we have to go for the research methodology. This research methodology has to be in correspondence with that the topic which we have taken. Otherwise, the research methodology will not be following what has to be done. And the question will be arising that it is not having a proper sequence in which it has to be done. So which type of the research it is, which methodology we are adopting, like is it the descriptive research, or is it the analytical research, or is it the conclusive research? Whatever the research methodology suits your topic, that has to be taken. Otherwise, this will not be having the proper ways. Then we have to go for the data analysis. In the data analysis, we can go by the computer softwares like SPSS or the Excel. If you go for the Excel, then you can simply put the tables, collect the data. We are assuming that the data has already been collected in the proper way. So after collecting the data representation has to be done in the tabular form, and thereafter that tabulation has to be done in accordance with the objective of the question which we have taken. Otherwise, the data analysis will not be adequate, and we have to interpret our results as per the data suggests. So that thereafter the data representation has to be done in the form of the pie charts, graphs, charts, and the different tables which are the outcome of the SPSS. Like if you are going for the factor analysis, In that case, we have to find out what type of the data has been important for determining our issue. Then after data analysis, we are here for findings. What findings are from the tables that has to be summarized, and we will be interpreting those results as per the requirement in the different chapter. Level 4 will be the conclusion and implication of the results. Conclusion will be based upon the findings and the outcomes of the tables which have been generated by the spreadsheets of the SPSS and Excel. Thereafter, we are writing our implications of the result in the form of the scope of the research, means where this research will be applicable, what are the precautions which have to be taken by the future researchers. That has to be written in the implications of the result. Finally, we will be going for the executive summary. In this, we are writing the total research in the form that what has been done, how it has been done, what were the objectives, and what are the outcomes. So I have already said that the executive summary should not be too long. It should be not more than 1 or 2 pages. Thereafter, while the research will be over here, and again this has to not be named because it is different part. After conclusion and implications, the research will be over, and executive summary is the different part. You can add it in the last of the paper. Then end note. In the end note, we are having the appendixes. We will be adding like the questionnaire. We will be writing the questionnaire. We are putting our questionnaire, and the bibliography has to be written over here related to the research work. That's all about today's topic. Thank you.